Welcome back. It wasn't just secret closed-door meetings leading up to the Iran nuclear deal. The administration now said to have agreed to secret exemptions for Iran after the deal. And this is their thanks. Iran just releasing a new video showing a U.S. ship sinking and an American flag burning. Now, Charlie, the administration denying these claims. Do you think it's time to toss this bad deal overboard?
I think it was time not to do the deal. And by the way, I wasn't a zealot against the deal. I mean, let's be real clear here. Iran's population is a lot of it is secular. This is a culture, an advanced culture for many years. This isn't like the Stone Age, but it's ruled by a bunch of lunatics, and it's ruled by people who want to destroy us and kill Israel. To cut deals with people like that, that's worse than the mafia. I mean, the mafia believes, if you knew any mob guys, they believe basically among the families in peaceful coexistence. They'll rip everybody off and coexist peacefully as they do it. This is a regime that's intent to destroy its enemies and kill its enemies, and it finances its enemies. So, as someone who would love to have détente with Iran as we had with Russia, it's insane because Russia wasn't an insane country at the time.
Not to mention death to America is their motto. Gary Kay, this deal was struck, the side deals, the secret side deals has to do with letting Iran, process low-grade uranium, plutonium, have more deep water for their nuclear activities. And it was overseen by a joint commission, and, guys in Congress didn't even know what was going on, Gary.
Well, just ask yourself the question, why secrecy? Why secrecy with the exemption? Why secrecy with the ransom? And by the way, more than half the people in this country believe it's ransom.
Okay.
It's pretty simple as that. This is a bad deal all the way around.
Okay, Caitlin, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it highlights all the questions surrounding this, the transparency of the deal, whether, a lot of national security experts and people studying this thing have said that there's nothing really nefarious going on here. Donald Trump has said that he would not necessarily rip this up on day one like all Republicans have. So kind of interested to see how he plays this out.
Scott, I want your reaction to what White House spokesman Josh Earnest had to say when he was asked about how Iran intended to spend that $400 million payment from the U.S. Take a listen.
The president was quite forward-leaning in advance of the nuclear deal even being completed, in acknowledging that we know that Iran supports terrorism. We know that Iran supports Hezbollah and the Assad regime. And it certainly is possible that some of the money that Iran has is being used for those purposes, too.
All right, so some of the money being used for terrorism, Scott. The administration basically admitting that.
Yeah, our own money being used against us. A State Department report in early July, EMAC comes out and labels Iran as the #1 state sponsor of terrorism. Yet we're sending them money in the middle of the night. We're cutting secret deals with them or exemptions on these nuclear deals, which I agree with Charlie. I mean, you got to keep your enemies close and your friends may be further away. But the reality that this is getting pulled the wool over the eyes of the American people to say, hey, we made this great deal with Iran, with regards to the nuclear program, but actually we made a lot of exemptions for it, really upsets you when you figure out what they're going to do with that money and how they want to hurt us so bad.
So, Julie, this is the big foreign policy legacy moment for the administration, is it?
It is. Whether it's a good deal or a bad deal, it is a legacy deal. I will disagree with my friend Charlie. The Soviets were absolutely insane and bent on our destruction. Trust me, they were. You only need
Leonid Brezhnev wasn't. Gorbachev wasn't.
You only need to look at Nikita Khrushchev banging his foot.
That's Nikita Khrushchev. When
we had deals with them too.
No, we had détente. Be historically accurate. Détente started with Nixon and Brezhnev, not with Nikita Khrushchev.
We cut deals with Nikita Khrushchev too, my friend.
But that's not the point.
We keep using the word deal.
Hang on.
This is not a deal.
Let me finish about Iran.
Let's come into the here and now.
The here and now today is that those of us who supported this deal with tremendous misgivings, I certainly never ran out and said this is the best deal that ever happened, did it with the hope, with a very narrow agenda of saying that this is potentially going to slow down the Iranian nuclear program for the next 10 years. It had nothing to do about changing their atrocious behavior. That's
all right, gang, we got to leave it there. Wow, that was another fiery one. The EU telling Apple to pay up for back taxes. Try $14.5 billion worth. Now, how that huge tax bill, could it help bring U.S. businesses back home? We've got that next. Don't go away.